In our previous video, we discussed the slope of a line, or better yet, the sign of the slope of a line. The sign on a line that has a slope that travels upward from left to right through a point is positive. The sign of a slope of a line that travels downward from left to right through a point is negative. A horizontal line through a point has a slope of 0. And a point that has a line that travels through it on the vertical plane is undefined. Here I have 2 points. I will label this one point 1. I will label this one point 2. And we're going to find the slope of the line that travels between those 2 points. If someone asks you to find the slope of a line that travels to 2 points on the coordinate plane and they don't label the points for you, the way to determine which is 1 and which is 2 is to scan from left to right the x-axis. The first point you run into is point 1. The next point you run into is point 2. Now, there are 2 methods I'm going to demonstrate here. First will be the count method, which means I actually physically count the units distance between these 2 points. I'm going to count on 2 levels. 1, the vertical distance between them. 2, the horizontal distance between them. This will be rise over run. That is what slope actually represents. Rise over run. I'm going to count the rise. The physical units between this point and this point here are 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 will be our rise. And the distance or physical units between this point and this point on the x-axis will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. So the slope of this line will be rise over run, or 8 over 14, which can be reduced to 4 over 7. So the slope of this line is positive 4 over 7. The other method we're going to discuss involves a formula. This formula will be complex, except for you already know the pieces that make it up. I'm going to say the difference in the y values over the difference in the x values. The y values represent the rise, up and down, and the x values represent the run, left to right. So y2, point 2's y is 6, minus y1, point 1's value is negative 2, will be represented by 6 minus negative 2. x2's value is 6 again, and x1's value is negative 8. So it would be 6 minus negative 8. I want you to recognize that the negative sign in the formula is not representative of the negative sign of the value. So we end up with negative, negative. And let's do some 5th grade math here. What is a negative times a negative? Will be a positive. So we represent the formula as follows. 6 plus 2 over 6 plus 8. We evaluate, we get m, or slope, is equal to 8 over 14. Again, you can see that the units that we counted pan out with the actual formula, and slope now represents 4/7. This has been determining the slope of a line on the coordinate plane using rise over run. Bye.